number 7 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines and create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
For a second there, I forgot what my own name was.
That's embarrassing.
Drew, you got a little bit of extra energy in that intro. I was really digging on it. You kind of you explored the space. You took all the words, kind of put them where you thought they needed to go, and really did some nice vocal feng shui. And I just wanted you to know that as your podcast co-host, I really appreciate it.
Well, I think that's one of 3 things. I moved my furniture around a little bit, so there's a little, what's it called?
He literally just said the word.
Space.
Feng shui? Is it
yeah,
feng shui?
It's feng shui. He literally just said it.
I don't acknowledge that.
You never listen to me.
I don't. 2, this is episode 7, and I think I've got this down a little bit. Also, this is the first time, guys, we've been recording after we've had a full work day, so I think there's just a bit different energy going into this. Like, for one, I haven't woken up an hour ago. I've actually been up since 6:30 this morning, so I feel alert and at it. So I don't know. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually awake right now. It's crazy.
This is a new sexy After Dark Headline Heroes.
Oh,
On a school night.
oh,
Yeah, on a school night.
I mean, it is.
Gotta go to bed real early and I got that algebra test
I gotta
tomorrow.
go to the schools tomorrow.
Oh, you got 2 of them.
Drew actually works at a school.
I do work at a school.
Oh shit, that's right.
Well, you got the one you work at and then Hard Knocks.
Well, now don't forget the school of the streets, where he grew up. That's where he was taught.
Oh, so you got 3.
You got the Hard Knocks, you got the streets, and then you do have the job where you work at.
The job where I work at, where I work with the schools.
In the spirit of this new sexy Headline Heroes After Dark, it seems appropriate that I think today, Tanner, correct me if I'm wrong, we're making a villain. Is that right?
Correct, yes. We're doing a villain because we created Derek last week, which
Good old Derek.
we all love.
Not Tabula Ross. Not Tabula Ross.
He doesn't like
His name
that.
is Derek,
No,
please.
please, just Derek.
Before we get too far into it, should I do let me just give a brief summary of what we're even doing here, just in case this is your first episode. So this is a podcast where we take today's recent headlines from the past week or even month and use them as inspiration for origin stories for heroes, villains, etc. So we've collected some articles in a spreadsheet, and Tanner's going to select one at random, and we're going to try and make an origin story based on the headline. So Tanner, why don't you take us away?
Okay, so yeah, we're doing a hero this week. And let's see, the random article this week on our list comes to us from Huffington Post, and it is Breakfast Hero Eats Pancakes in Middle of Road Like It's NBD.
That's no big deal for
sorry.
those of you listening at home.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had no idea what that meant.
BTW.
Not no brown donkeys.
What?
Is that must be a country thing?
You live in a bigger
boy, that
city
was
than any of
You live
us.
in the biggest city.
Now, don't you think for a second I ever forgot my country roots? How dare
That's
you?
true.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait. All right.
So let's see here.
Which
let's
number
really
is
dig
this?
into
Oh,
one.
Number
10.
10, sorry, yeah.
Oh, this dude looks like a character from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Hey, you know what I'm noticing about him first? He's really acting like eating those pancakes is no big deal.
Yeah, that would
And
be
He's
NBD,
clearly,
for those of you.
clearly in the middle of a road.
For
Does
those
is he
raised on the
blind?
street, which clearly this guy is in the middle of a street. That's NBD.
What I really like about this is the amount of forethought he had to do this. Like, he's got himself a chair, he's got himself a little folding table,
His
utensils,
comfy
which he's kind of
slippers?
using in a bizarre fashion to lift the entire pancake to his mouth with a fork. But you know what? You do you, I guess.
no time to cut it.
Do you think he heated up that maple syrup before he went out there?
I'd hope so.
I mean, that's definitely the microwavable bottle of Hungry Jack maple syrup. It's just turned around so I can't see the little sticker thing that says I'm heated up or not. I know my syrup, guys.
So I love that this just says hero in the title when we're making a villain. So we have to fight the headline right off the bat.
Yeah, all right. So how is this guy a bad guy? What's he doing?
Everyone's a hero in their own
I
story.
think clearly
you know what
he's
I mean?
doing breakfast crimes.
Well,
I think that's fair. Well, I think breakfast, is he doing crimes to breakfast or crimes involving breakfast?
I don't know. It
both.
could go either way. He could be using breakfast items as his utensils for a crime, or he could be like robbing someone's pancakes.
And he's holding up traffic. I mean, that's a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is where he begins. I think like this is his origin story. Like that's how we've always done this. But where it can only go up, right? How long until he's flooding the streets with maple syrup? Probably not too long, I imagine.
So, I keep looking at this picture.
I know. I gotta close this picture.
Okay,
It's very distracting.
Come look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Take your gaze off
Oh
that.
God,
that
there's a
picture.
video. Hold on.
Okay, pause, everybody.
Pause.
If you're driving your car, please pull over.
Okay. He's just eating breakfast. Yep.
What did you think was gonna
Yeah.
happen?
What did you like? It was a pretty clear headline, Drew.
I don't
And then he
know.
puts down the knife and fork and he takes off into the sky.
Maybe he flew down. I don't know.
So I think we could definitely do that. He uses the breakfast items as his utensils, but I think he also can steal them. Which I mean, that's how he would get them to use them to begin with.
I'm confused. What?
So like he's like, you're eating your breakfast and you like turn your back for 1 second, you look back at your plate and there's your bacon and your eggs are gone, and then he's like using your bacon and eggs to hog tie a bunch of police officers and rob the bank.
Wait, is it very long bacon? How do the eggs play
How
into
the
that
eggs
situation?
play?
Tanner, I want you to paint me a word picture in the most vivid language you
the
can
eggs-
possibly muster.
Fuck, I got nothing for the eggs. That part was dumb. But the bacon, I mean, he's probably got powers and shit. He'll just make the bacon longer. Fuck.
So this
Okay,
guy
you
could
know what?
theoretically solve world hunger,
Yeah, but he's evil.
but he's evil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of villains out there. You don't think Lex Luthor could solve all the world's problems? He probably could. Kind of obsessed with Superman, though. Busy with that Superman beat.
That's
Okay,
true.
so I'm just like we're talking, and we're definitely kind of in love with the idea of breakfast themed powers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But why the middle of the street? Why is he there?
Well, I mean, I think in the beginning, because that's the easiest way for him to really disrupt people's lives. I mean, he this is the beginning. Maybe he hasn't developed his powers completely yet, so he just figures, what's the easiest thing I can do? Just obstruct traffic.
Okay, I have an idea. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. What if he's kind of, a troublemaker. He's like, disrupting traffic. Lol. But what if, like, in the course of this video, he's just a normal dude right now, but he causes some sort of pileup and kind of a la Daredevil spills some chemicals or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, this video that's taken is like 20 seconds before something tragic happens. And
So maybe now I know we dipped in this well several times before, but we're really developing a theme here in this universe. Let's say NASA is driving their Humvee down the road, taking some special samples of super secret space serum down the road. This guy looks away. He's changing stations. He was on a music station, but now he's switching to Sirius XM's Bill Engvall station because he's got to hear those,
Yeah.
those dulcet tones. And oops, he looks up and there's this pileup happening and he crashes. The car flips in cinematic fashion, and this ooze comes out and gets all over this dude and his breakfast, and that's how his powers are born. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
yes, I think whatever this guy's driving, this NASA guy has to start the pileup. Like, he looks up
okay.
and sees this dude right here, and he just veers and causes it.
I like the idea of a sort of a Daredevil origin. What if? Okay, so the car knocks him over. Like, as part of this pileup, he ends up getting like hit slightly, and he's laying on the road. He's hurt, and whatever this stuff is in the NASA truck, the Humvee, mixes in with this maple syrup he's got sitting there, and gets into a cut of his.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he
And
keeps eating.
that's what starts it.
I thought you were going to say he just pours it on and keeps eating.
Well, okay, he does act like it's NBD, so maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't even fucking notice this happening around him. The goo lands in his maple syrup, and he doesn't even notice.
No, so, like, does he not even notice the pileup?
Dude, it's
Hey,
NBD.
Drew, it's no
It's
big deal.
NBD. Yeah, he's super chill about it.
So he's super chill. So maybe he's just like, that's why he's sitting in traffic and he's just trying to disrupt the system.
What
Silent protest. Well, not really silent.
Nah, he likes to mess with things.
What if his villainness comes from the fact that he just is NBD about everything? I'm gonna eat breakfast. Let's do it in the road. It's no big deal. Like, hey, could you solve world hunger, please? Nah, no big deal. I'm gonna make a jetpack out of bacon
You
later.
can't defeat someone who has nothing left to lose. Or
He never like
you can't
he
defeat
never had
someone
anything
who
to
is
lose to begin with.
NBD.
It's NBD.
NBD. No brown donkey.
I mean, no brown, none of them. only gray donkeys for me, please.
I think gray donkeys is slang for sausage, and he wants that bacon. He wants that brown donkey bacon.
Excuse me, Mr. Denny's worker. Could I have a couple of... Could you sidle up some gray donkeys on my plate, please? Thank you.
This is common slang.
Hitch a couple of gray donkeys to my mouth post, please.
I really, like we were joking about it earlier, I think this is a different energy. I mean, coming after a work day.
I think it is.
This is bizarre. I love it. All right. We've got a lot of eggs here. We need to fit them all in one basket. What are we doing? Like,
are we content with the beginning of the origin, with him, car accident, stuff like maple syrup, weird NASA material somehow gives him powers? Are we good with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we really want to emphasize the MBD in him. Like maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
After the accident, they're piling him into an ambulance, and he's just insisting, "MBD, MBD, it's okay, MBD."
Sir, you have massive trauma.
MBD,
no, it's no
MBD.
big deal. It's no big deal.
Where's my pancakes?
And then
Did
they
they make
look,
it?
and his wounds, like Rhonda, his flesh, it's stitching together with bacon. This can't be. This just can't be.
Okay, so he can regenerate too through breakfast food.
Yeah, we should really get into what his powers really are. We've been all over the place.
Well, I really enjoy he can cover up his wounds by having bacon generate.
Yeah. Okay. I dig that.
Maple syrup in his blood.
Mm-hmm. Can he send out maple syrup in some sort of sticky mess kind of power? Not like Spider-Man, because he can actually use his webbing, but just to kind of hold people in place. Get all over them, be kind of a mild annoyance.
I think so. I think that makes sense.
Like if some guy is, holding up someone, he just points his maple syrup spewer at the guy's eyes.
No. He's the villain, though. He probably wouldn't stop that. That's no
You're
big
right,
deal.
You're right.
Gun?
Yeah,
So to help the
Being held
guy
at
who's holding
gunpoint?
up
Who
the person,
cares?
he sprays his maple syrup spewer at the victim.
he just helps.
Oh, dude, sorry. Did you get? You're all sticky. Like, no big deal.
No big deal. You got two elements of breakfast.
What? Okay, we got eggs. Like, does he just throw hard-boiled eggs out of his hands? Can he just generate them like some sort of
Maybe he has
like
a
breakfast magician?
Maybe eggs is maybe one of those things he can't generate himself, but he keeps what's it called? Bandolier of just eggs on him.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes,
that would look
yes.
tight as hell.
An egg belier or no?
No.
Egg delier? I don't know.
That sounds like a chandelier made out of eggs.
Now maybe at home, but
He
on
probably
him,
does have that.
What he does with his villain hideout is his own business.
I mean, I think really what we have to work with is this picture, and I'm sorry guys, but I don't see bacon on there. I only see pancakes and syrup.
So you want his powers to be just pancakes and syrup based?
Yeah, but maybe a la what I was saying with the eggs, he can work bacon in there somewhere. Maybe he's driving around a car and he's got to do that old classic spy hunter trick of oil slick, and it's bacon grease.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. I'm looking at this picture. I don't know that you can say, I guess it doesn't look like I just wanted there to be eggs and bacon on that plate.
I know.
Wait. Drew, did you even read the article?
No.
The table in front of him holds a bottle of syrup and a plate containing a complete breakfast of bacon, eggs, and of course, motherfucking pancakes.
All right,
Grandma, I'm sorry. Please don't listen. Drew, can we put a swear warning in for my grandma?
We do know your grandma listens to this. Hi, Nate's grandma.
Hi.
I mean, I assume every time you went over to her house and she cooked breakfast for you, you were just like, motherfucking bacon, yes!
Oh, hell yeah. That's what I say. You know, my catchphrase, oh, hell yeah.
Yep. That classic Nate catchphrase.
What I liked about that joke is how we stuck the landing.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was flawless.
Oh, man.
But
we are everywhere.
I mean, we have a lot of space to move around now because it is confirmed. It is canon. There is bacon, eggs, and of course pancakes.
And maple syrup.
Yes, of course. Does he throw pancakes like some sort of crazy discs that can hurt people? Like, do they cut his opponents up?
That could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to assume that's what he does.
Oh man, this guy has so many catchphrase like potential.
Like, list a few
Example?
for me.
Like maybe he comes up to someone and it's just like something like, say hello to my slapjacks, and then he just slaps them.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
What if he gets up in there and he throws an egg at him and he's like, egg to meet you.
I was waiting for that.
I thought you were gonna say throws an egg at their face, and they're just like, boys, their egg on your face.
No, I went a different direction.
That was a good misdirect.
That was good. So I think honestly, we've been everywhere. We should just say, all right, here's what's going on. This guy is in the middle of the street eating bacon, eggs, pancakes with maple syrup.
Of course.
Holds up traffic.
Yes.
Big old NASA semi with some sort of concoction in the back.
Yes.
Blunders. Well, I mean, whose fault is it really? Like, it's this guy's fault. Blunders, causes a big pileup, and like somehow in this guy escapes with some injuries, but nothing that killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he got hit by it. He flew, and all of the breakfast food landed right on his tummy. You know, nature's plate, the tummy.
I hate you.
And then he gets drenched with whatever this concoction is, and that's what happens. He merges with the first meal of the day, and that's
I can
where
dig that.
his powers come from, I suppose. I just wanted to establish that because we have been literally everywhere.
And his powers include, but are not limited to, an egg bandolier. Maybe we'll just say that his powers allow him to regenerate the eggs in the bandolier, if we really want to rope in the eggs and that aspect of it. Otherwise, I'm content with just an egg bandolier.
His should he be kind of physically changed by this? Should his hair change into literal bacon pieces or strips of bacon?
Maybe.
And maybe his skin turns the
Texture of a pancake.
Yeah, I was thinking
All
like
soft.
here's an area that got a little done because the cooking spray didn't quite get this area well enough.
I like that. What if every time he gets hurt and heals and that bacon sort of crusts over that area, like it stays bacon? So he's this horrifying hodgepodge of pancakes and bacon skin.
Frankenstein monster-esque kind of thing.
Exactly.
Baconstein.
His eyes are just white eggshell. Like literally, if you were to get up there and just touch that eye, just eggshell.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
God.
Can we call this guy Baconstein?
Ah,
I think we should
shit.
put that in as like a front runner for naming this
Yeah,
dude.
let's
Write it
definitely
down.
keep that.
Baconstein.
I mean, I don't want to like. I'm all for that name. I just don't want him to shut us down too early with the brainstorming process.
Yeah.
I think this is what Mary Shelley would have wanted.
On her deathbed, she said, "I just hope somebody makes a breakfast food version."
Quick question with the egg bandolier. Is it like a utility belt of eggs? So like one can be like a smoke bomb if he needs it, and like basically like Batman's utility belt where it can apply to whatever the heck he needs in that situation.
What if? Okay, all right. What if he needs to make a quick getaway and he pulls out an egg and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be a smoke screen, and he throws it down. It's just a big plume of feathers.
Oh my god, that is so much better.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he throws it at someone's face, and boom, there's a chicken in your face.
I was thinking
It's
the
gotta be
egg like
chicken.
turns into like the alien face hugger.
Nope, chicken face hugger.
I like that. Yeah. So it's not necessarily exactly whatever they want, but it's like the chicken or egg version of it.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yes. Okay.
So what is he gonna? So we kind of have his powers down. It sounds like we kind of have an origin for those powers, but like, what are his weaknesses? What is the man who cares about nothing? What is it? What is he weak against?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I skip breakfast.
Oh shit! The only thing that can hurt him is being ignored. Is for him to be NBD.
And maybe that's why. Maybe that's a big character flaw in himself. Like from the get go. Maybe the reason he's out in the middle of the street is because he doesn't want to be ignored.
Oh, so he's trying to make himself as apparent as he possibly can. Like people have to pay attention to him.
Yeah, I think honestly, before we get into weaknesses, I think we need to have a bit of a discussion of like, what's his motivation for being a villain? Like so far, he's just being an asshole and egging people.
But maybe I think what you're angling at is a character that is only being a villain for the attention.
Yeah, that's
because by causing
The worst villain on
by
the
causing
playground.
destruction, he gets people to look at him and stare at him and even hate him, and that's fine to him. He didn't care. It's no big deal.
People are looking
He just wants
at
the
me.
attention, baby.
he
Yes.
must be an only child.
Well,
Why?
okay. I have to talk about that a little bit. Nate is an only child, and he's the complete opposite of that.
Hey,
I don't
thanks.
think so.
Oh yeah.
My egg powers just haven't come in yet, so you fucking wait.
Or what if he was never fed breakfast?
Oh,
Most important meal of the day.
His parents were so busy
Yeah.
that they just forgot to give him breakfast every day.
Oh man, the most important meal.
okay, yeah. So I mean, that's a great way to do it. It's just his parents were so busy all the time, he never had breakfast.
This is getting a little tragic. Maybe his parents just like, oh man,
So does he just like play it off like it's NBD, but in reality it is BD?
it is BD.
It is BD.
I think it's a little bit of both. There are some things that he genuinely thinks are NBD. You know, he gets maple syrup all over the cashier. It's NBD. You know, he goes off and robs a bank with by flooding the vault with bacon until it flies open. Maybe that he says, no big deal, but in his heart he's like, yes, cameras, big deal. Sorry,
BD.
I like this character we've made.
It's very
Yes.
deep.
I'm trying to think like, Daddy, I did a thing. Can we put it on the fridge? No. Oh, okay.
Daddy, I drew a picture of some bacon and eggs and a pancake. Can we put it on the fridge, please?
Also, can you make
No.
me breakfast just this once? No.
We're not a breakfast house. You know that.
No, I don't know if that makes as much sense as just the fact that doesn't pay attention and he just doesn't make breakfast. Or is it that his parents
Why not both?
literally hated breakfast?
Yeah, I kind of like when I'm looking. I have this picture. This picture has been up the whole time. It is my muse. It is my inspiration for this talk right now. This guy seems like he's biting that pancake in open rebellion. Like,
You mean
Daddy, look at me now. Look at me.
Dad.
Look at me. Your
so it's
boy.
in
I'm your
rebellion.
Jack, and I'm
Tortured
your hungry
character.
Jack, and I'm biting in.
Now, if we weren't going to come up against some trademark stuff there, I would say we should name this guy
I was
Hungry
just
Jack.
thinking that.
I'm malnourished Mal.
Get out of here.
Look at me, Daddy. Daddy.
Okay, so I think at this point we have to be he just lived with his dad then, because the only interaction he's been with
Daddy,
his dad.
please.
Daddy, breakfast, please. Absolutely not. You know, when I was a famous baseball player, I was denied a chance to be on the box of Wheaties, and I will never eat breakfast again.
Now we're creating some backstory.
Don't you ever bring that up to me again.
Breakfast of Champions, my ass.
He has to like sneak home. Dad comes in one night, the kid's reading a comic book on his bed. He's like, hey, I found something in your bag today. Kid goes pale. He's like, have you been experimenting with orange juice? No, Dad, I would never do. Have you been experimenting with orange juice? And he opens up a small, like, little bottle of Minute Maid that he found in the bottom of his bag. I thought I knew you better than this, son.
Pulls out a Ziploc and it's filled with granola. Son, what is this? Do we need to have a little
Takes out a
breakfast
little
talk?
pinch, kind of like smells it, puts it in his mouth. That's pure granola.
Cuts it with a knife.
Do you want to kill yourself?
This
Is
is
that
some
what you're doing
fine,
here?
fine granola.
That's that pure shit.
None of that Reggie. He pulls out like, son, I found some magazines in your room today. Do we need to have a talk? No, Dad, really. I'm just really disappointed I would find the Denny's menu in your room under your bed between the mattresses. Dad, it's MBD. No, BD. BD, son.
Very BD. VBD.
BD.
Okay, so in this kid's world, breakfast foods have replaced drugs and illicit materials.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, son, I just wanted to teach you about clearing your browser history. I noticed you searched for what does breakfast taste like? Is breakfast like a hug for your mouth? And then just the word orange juice over and over again. He spelled it wrong the first couple times, but you got there.
The kid is sneaking in late at night. It's like 1 a.m. And he sneaks through the door, and a single light switches on. The dad is sitting there. Son, where were you? Oh, I was I was just doing Gerald had me over and we were just doing some homework. Son, you smell like Denny's. You smell like Denny's, son, and they're a 24-hour operation. Son.
He opens the door. It's 3 a.m. He opens the door to his office. And he sees a light on. The dad does. He just sees his kid sitting there watching a Folgers commercial over and over again, singing silently to himself about the best part of waking
He
up.
like breaks into the kid's room and the kid is sitting there with a spoon and a lighter and he's trying to cook an egg on it.
Oh.
Son, what are you doing? Oh, it's worse than I thought.
So I think we've given this guy a
Plenty
enough tragic enough backstory. So his one weakness from all this is one, being ignored. But I also feel like if he's starting to be made of pancakes, maybe there's something like he can get very soggy and has to perhaps convene to his hideout until he can dry out, or maybe if he goes anywhere where there's dinner foods, something like that. he doesn't like that very much.
A place
I don't know what kind of weaknesses does the
they
man
stop
who's
serving
made of
breakfast
pancakes
after
have?
like noon or something like that, so he can't go in.
He can only commit crimes before 11.
Oh shit, what's he doing in between then?
I don't know.
What are the hours
preparing
for breakfast?
preparing for 4 a.m. I tell you
Just
what.
chilling.
4 a.m. Unless, well, I mean, he could just hang out at a Denny's.
he could
Denny's
work
is
there.
the one that is open
I mean, I
all
feel
the time,
like
right?
yeah, that should be his like alter egos. He works there.
Jack Denny.
Hungry Denny.
Is his costume a Denny's outfit or no?
I was gonna ask. We kind of talked about it earlier with like changing his physical appearance. Do we want to do that after this accident or no?
Well, because if he is going to have a job, it should probably be good that he's not a monster.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, he's a villain.
Or he could
doesn't have to have
wear
a job.
those like fake glasses with the fake nose, and then that's enough to trick everyone.
Honestly, I'm just looking at this picture of this perfect specimen of a man with his green sweatpants and fluffy slippers and no shirt.
True, that's a human being.
Yeah.
This perfect specimen, this Vitruvian man.
Okay. So what about this? What if, we want him to be a monster, we want him to be not a monster. What if the only time he's a monster is between the hours of, what time do you think it's breakfast time? Like some people get up really early, but like 5 and 11, is that fair?
I mean, anytime
Like 5 and 11,
time.
he's monster pancake man. 11 to 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. 11 to like the rest of the day, he is just regular man. It's hard to talk about time,
It is.
You ever just talk about time sometimes? But you get what I mean. Every day, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m., he's pancake man. Every other hour of the day, he's just normal Gerald.
Now,
He's just
what
doing
does,
his thing. Maybe he works at Denny's.
What does I love what we're talking about, but what does that have to do with this origin story we've created? Why would the origin story restrict the hours of which he would be this bacon monster?
Because breakfast.
Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe he doesn't have to do that, but like it's so ingrained mental. He's been obsessed with breakfast his whole life. Like his in his mind, there's a defined time for breakfast. It's 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Anytime after that is not breakfast. And just like his body somehow like picks up on that. It's such a strong mental connection that that's just how it works. You know what I mean?
Okay. All
like
right.
if someone were to break his mind and be like, "Hey dude, I eat breakfast at like 4 p.m." It would shatter his worldview and he'd turn into a pancake monster on the spot.
Damn. So wait, are we saying 11 a.m. hits, he's automatically this pancake monster, or it's like
That's when he turns back to human.
Oh, yeah. I see.
He's pancakes when it's breakfast time.
I had a
when
vision
it's
in
not breakfast time,
of my mind of where he's normal during breakfast time because he's just like, yeah, breakfast, finally. Can have it my way. And then every other hour of the day, he's just like, raw pancakes. Eat them.
Oh,
breakfast
okay.
for dinner. Do it.
No, man. I'm thinking the opposite.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I was thinking
all
too.
right. What? Okay. All right. Fine. I won't argue with you, which is funny because we were just talking about how some of the feedback has been to argue more.
I just think that as a character, if he's so like when breakfast time is, that's when That's when his personal physical breakfast time is. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like wherever he is, he's got to eat breakfast. He's got to do it, even if it's in the middle of a highway.
Well, and that builds in a weakness too, because he'll turn back to a human at 11.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
What is his costume, by the way? Is it a Denny's outfit? Is he going?
I think there's got to be a bacon cape.
That does present an outstanding visual.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
It's just dripping some grease, and he's got.
Oh, it's so gross.
A mask.
also
The mask
beautiful.
is made of pancakes, right?
What kind of mask is it? Like you take a pancake, you take two small bites and one big bite, and you create a smiley face in it. That's a mask.
Yeah, something like
so
that.
Kind of like that
Got
thing
two-
Dwight wears after during the CPR episode.
When he cuts the mannequin's face
Yes, sir.
off.
Wait, guys, I've got it. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I didn't have breakfast.
You're not gonna like. Yeah, I didn't have breakfast either.
You know what, guys? 3 for 3. I did not have breakfast either.
Oh shit! Wow.
Oh shit! Who's that outside my window? It's our dude. He says
Are
we
we
need to
even
eat it.
qualified to discuss this hero or this villain right now?
I guess not. Yesterday I had some
We're posers.
Greek yogurt and granola. It was quite good.
Okay, should we actually like commit to a name with him?
I think we need to.
Well, hold on. Before we get too distracted and for ease of editing,
Oh, absolutely. We haven't been distracted to this
let's
point.
finish discussing his costume.
That's true. So
Yeah,
I mentioned a bacon cape.
Bacon cape, pancake mask. What's the torso? What's he got going on there? The pants, the shirt. What's going on?
Okay, what if it's just now we've talked a lot about chitin. What if it's eggshells? Like some sort
what?
of
Like
like
eggshells.
woven eggshell
Oh.
thing where it's kind of like bumpy, but it's eggshells.
So like a sort of like a metal breastplate from like a knight,
Now honestly,
but made out of eggshells.
it doesn't give a lot of protection, but have you guys seen that video, those videos of people standing on a bunch of eggs that are like they're stood up and like the majority of them together holds the weight of whatever's on top of them?
Tanner, I'm worried about Drew.
Yeah, I was like, what?
He's watching some weird videos.
Now, guys, I don't think you're hearing me. Have you seen those YouTube videos on the internet? Wait, you know what? Fuck you guys. Whatever.
Have you seen those YouTube
Hold on, let me
videos
just-
where they talk
let
about
me just-
how the Earth is flat? I've seen them, and I'm beginning to think
I'm
that they're
tearing
right.
up my idea, all my studious notes.
Wait, you wrote down notes about an eggshell breastplate? How did you possibly conceive of this?
I have a lot of ideas, and somehow I wanted to work in there. I actually did tear up
Drew,
some
I don't
paper here.
want to disagree with you too much, but I mean, you did pick literally the like quintessential example of a fragile object.
That's
to
me
be
crumpling
armored.
up my notes.
That's podcast gold. Are you loving this, audience?
Listen to this Foley work. This is actually my D&D character sheet, which I'm gonna straighten that out.
You just ripped up your D&D character sheet?
No,
What the hell's wrong with you?
we're leveling up next time anyway. It's fine.
It's true. But okay. What are we actually going on with the shirt area?
Egg
Or
mail.
the main piece of his
I seriously think something needs to be done with eggshells.
We need egg in there because we've already got the pancake and the bacon. So I mean, egg mail is true. Where did it work?
I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea, now that I'm thinking about it. I just think maybe we should add some fiction to the universe where like he's like a breakfast scientist, basically. Not that it's a real thing, but like basically he figured out a way to make eggshells especially hard so that they could function as armor
Okay.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, he's a breakfast villain, so that makes sense.
I just don't want my poor boy to get smacked around because he has eggshells for armor.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Drew. Drew just sent us a video of something horrifying. Drew, I don't want to watch your flat earth video, please.
What fetish is this, Drew?
Oh,
Gross.
I have my things. You know what really turns me on? Egg on my face, which is literally what's going on right now. Apparently I said something that you guys just didn't agree with. Whatever.
What if, this is a video wherein a person does seem to stand on a bunch of eggs. What if the end of the video was him standing on eggs and then they all just crush underneath his body weight?
That's what I'm expecting to happen.
I'm going to watch this video now to find out. It's only 1:48. Oh man, this guy looks like a total dweebus.
That's his name, actually.
Dweebus. Hey, you know what? I just watched it. I just skipped to the end. All eggs are intact.
Drew, they all broke. What?
This is great. We need to move on.
So egg mail.
Okay, he's wearing egg mail.
Yes.
What are his pants?
Now, okay, just because it's eggshells doesn't mean it's going to be super weak. Like, what if he has the ability to, it's just eggshell on eggshell on eggshell, and that's his armor?
Wouldn't.
I mean, I'm down with that. Layers upon layers of eggs.
Oh, okay.
So many.
Now, guys, I do have a question.
Yeah.
And I know I know this is sort of out of order, but I do feel like we did skip over, and correct me if I'm wrong, the bulk of what his actual crime is. Is he just like, is he actually committing breakfast-based crime? Is he just he's robbing banks and doing crime for attention? Do we need to get any more specific than that about what it actually is, or is that good enough?
I think that now that he has breakfast 24/7, like he's got it on him, he is breakfast. It's just more or less he wants that attention, and the only way he seems to get it now is to do crime, which is much easier now that he has these breakfast powers.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, you can cut this all out if you want to. I just wanted to make sure that before we got too far, we didn't look back and say like,
Daddy,
wait,
I
did we
robbed
actually
this
do
bank. Can we hang it on the fridge? No.
Are you proud of me now, Dad? Are you proud of me now?
And so his dad hates him even more now.
Spoiler alert,
because
his dad is not
made of breakfast.
I like it.
Yes.
I'm glad I just wanted to make sure. Do we want to get on to the name?
Yes, I think the name needs to happen because it's what breakfast boy.
Okay, so we got Baconstein is right at the beginning.
Yep,
there.
I wrote it up. Oh wait, hold up. I didn't actually write. I did write it down, but it's torn up here on my desk.
Well, whose fault is that, Drew?
I found the part that says Bacon S.
That's good enough. Bacons. So we tried Hungry Jack, but that was a no-go. What about like famished Phil?
What was the other one? Malnourished Mal.
Malnourished Mal.
Now we could do something with. We have to do something with breakfast. That is essential. But what if we work in NBD in there, because that's.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it's this whole thing.
Nourishment Breakfast Day.
Donkey.
Dude, donkey.
Those gray donkeys and brown donkeys, you know.
No breakfast, Dylan. Damn it. It doesn't really make a very good villain name, does it?
Oh,
No
we could call
breakfast,
him
Dylan.
No Big Deal.
Yeah, but we have such.
Hey guys,
What?
One real quick thing. I just want to note he definitely has NBD emblazoned on his eggshell chest, right? Like he's got a little insignia there that just says NBD.
Yes.
Is that
Of
on
course.
there? Okay, cool. So NBD, what are you thinking?
Well, you could just make his civilian name. That'd be his initials.
I think I could work with that. I think that it might be easier for us coming up with a name.
Ned Baxter Davis.
Eggshellsior.
God damn it, Drew.
Guys, hold on. Are you hearing me?
Oh yeah, sorry. Hold on. Let me turn you up 1 second.
Okay. Let me
Oops,
know.
I deleted you. Sorry.
Let me know when.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nathan, when?
You're screaming.
When?
You're screaming in my
Okay.
ears.
Okay, hold on. Just guys. Eggshellsior.
Oh, it's like the fun Stan Lee thing.
It's
you
like
did.
the Stan Lee thing, except with eggshells in it. Which, yeah, I think that's kind of fun.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Drew. I hate that idea.
No, wait, Tanner.
Well,
Tanner.
folks, you asked for disagreement and you got it.
Tanner.
Yes, Drew.
Turn your volume up.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I turned it all the way down. What, Drew?
Eggshellsior. Yeah? Are you?
Hey, what about egg shut up?
No, you're saying
that?
it wrong. It's Eggshellsior.
Or what about shut the shell up?
Now,
that's a good catch.
Nathan.
Shells?
Now, Nathan, your grandma listens to this.
I didn't say anything wrong. Drew, I
I'm
gotta
gonna put
be honest
that
with you,
above
man.
Baconstein. Hold on, guys.
I'm
starting a new list.
I know I said we should wait, but you really did capture my heart with Baconstein, given the awful looking the awful looking villain that we've sort of created with his pancake bacon skin and egg eyes and eggshell armor. Like
It could. Okay.
that does seem like a horrible Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, I really do like Baconstein. I was gonna say Breakfaststein, but it doesn't really have that the off rhyme that Baconstein does with Frankenstein.
And his real name is Ned Baxter. What was the last name,
Davis.
Tanner?
Eggshellsior.
Sorry, adults only for a second. Tanner, you just come over here. What was the name of the
Davis.
guy?
Ned Baxter Davis.
Okay. Hey, Drew, we're back.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Wait, his name is what? Oh, Ned Baxter Davis, as in NBT.
Drew, where have you been?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. I was too focused on my fun joke.
I'm beginning to think there's two different Drews
Yeah.
that live in the same head. One is the one that's obsessed with making up puns, and that's who we met a minute ago. And other Drew is just banging on the side of his brain like, please let me out. I just want to hear what's going on. I can't hear anything in here.
I don't know what you just said, but did you guys hear me when I said Eggshellsior?
God. That's a good idea, Drew.
Okay.
It's a good
That's
idea.
all I
I'm
wanted.
going to put that right
Can
up
we
here
hang
on the
that
fridge,
on the
and we'll
fridge?
talk about it later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daddy. That's all I wanted.
I'm good with Baconstein.
Baconstein is
if
good.
you guys are.
Drew knocked it out of the park first try.
Thank you. We'll put that
So
next
sort
to
of in that
Eggshellsior on the
vein,
fridge.
in that vein, what if what about the comic book cover? What if it's like I'm sort of imagining a play on Frankenstein where what we see on the cover is a Denny's somewhere. It's nighttime, obviously. Storms are raging in the background. There's like this Denny sign is lit, and coming out of the door is our Baconstein in his whole getup in sort of a Frankenstein style
Hands
pose
out.
with his arms out. And it's just like Baconstein and like in the Frankenstein sort of font. That I don't know what that looks like to you, but I sort of have a
It's
vision
alive.
in my mind about what that font looks like.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
What do you guys think? You got any ideas?
Are there a bunch of people with torches?
Ooh. And
Oh,
pitchforks,
yeah.
except not pitchforks. It's just forks.
Yeah, just forks.
Just regular forks? Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm happy with Baconstein. If you
Baconstein.
guys are.
Yeah.
It's got to be Baconstein.
Do they have any? Does Baconstein, aka Ned Baxter Davis, does he have any connections to our current pantheon? Well, I mean, he's made of bacon. You would think that Mech Gruff would maybe be all
Oh,
over that.
shit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Matt Gruff would tear him to bits. I was thinking, whenever I have breakfast, whenever they ask me what I would like to drink, I always go for that coffee. Now, but I'm not sure if there's anything there other than coffee is served at breakfast. But Matt Gruff would tear into that.
I mean, he can't control him. That dog part of Mech Gruff cannot control himself. And you put a literal food man in front of him. What? He's not going to be able to
Yeah.
resist.
The students or whatever the kid team, what are they? The
Watchdogs.
Are just like, all right, Matt Gruff, here it is, our final showdown with the Baconstein. What we need you to do is start. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh no! Okay.
Okay, I think he could still survive. Oh no!
Oh, no.
He did remove his head.
Oh,
He did.
God.
Oh yep, he did remove his
He's
head.
trying to crawl away. Oh no. Yeah. So
So Matt Gruff,
Also, his intestines would be made of
he
sausages.
just straight up kills him?
I mean, he's a
I
dog,
like to
and
think
you put
that
food in front
McGruff
of him.
would,
I don't know what you want him to do.
as long as some morsel of him survives the gruffening, then he would survive.
Gruffening.
maybe he as McGruff is biting into him, just some crumb falls off somewhere and falls down a drain, and that's how he survives, a la kind of like Sandman or something.
Okay, well, and McGruff probably can't eat, or McGruff, sorry, probably can't eat all of them anyway. I mean, he's a normal dog.
That's true.
It's not like he has special powers other than the robo.
Now McGruff would tear into this breakfast boy, this Baconstein, and I feel like Bashida Sobo would. I feel like that's not in her diet.
Oh, absolutely not.
What's that?
He might even be good against her for that reason.
Oh,
Like,
I only have turkey.
he might have the
bacon.
upper hand.
God.
I try to avoid dairy, so and only the egg whites, please.
Do you have any of that turkey bacon, please? One slice for me. I can only eat half a slice.
Mm-mm. I think double shot makes sense.
I like that. I like the implication there that if it was some other hero, they'd still take them down by eating them.
It has to be by eating, apparently.
Superman gets in there. He's like, well, I could punch him or like hold him down, but nah, I'll just eat him.
I already had breakfast, but second breakfast?
It's almost brunch.
Yeah, not sure I can. This late in the day? No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but I just
I
brushed
already
my
ha- I
teeth.
have
I can't.
too much
I can't
cholesterol
drink
for
this
me.
orange juice.
It's not good for my blood sugar. You know how it is. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty content with where we're at. I think we made a pretty great supervillain today with an extensive backstory.
Now we talked a lot. Nate, did you want to try and make sense of what we just created?
Oh, jeez, I'll give it a go.
Please do. You're the only one who could.
It's
possibly
gonna. I mean,
do
we
this.
did extensively explore his background, so I'm gonna kind of probably brush over that a little bit because I mean, well, let me just get started and we'll see what happens.
Yes.
So Ned Baxter Davis was a young man who enjoyed breakfast more than any person probably in the entire world, but his dad, due to being spurned as a Wheaties sports icon, hated breakfast and would not allow Ned to have any breakfast for his whole life. But it was basically all that Ned could obsess over. Flash forward to present day, Ned ends up eating breakfast in the middle of a crosswalk in an attempt to get attention from his father, because all he wanted was validation from his dad and maybe to share a nice plate of pancakes with him. But instead, what happens is a several car pileup in which a NASA semi ends up crashing and spilling some sort of toxic substance, either in the maple syrup or all over Ned, or some other sort of combination that puts Ned in the hospital very briefly, but also curses or blesses him with breakfast-based powers every day between the hours of 5 and 11. And basically, from this point, Ned's powers include, but are not limited to, throwing rock-hard pancakes that can slice through his enemies, maple syrup from his hands, a self-refilling bandolier of eggs. His eyes are made of eggshells. His hair is made of bacon. His skin becomes a sort of mottled pancake material.
There's got to be some
and
sort
he
of
runs
bacon
around
grease power too, where he's
absolutely, he has bacon grease power. And it's sort of an oil slick scenario, but if you're really creative, you can kind of do whatever you want with that bacon grease. Get it all over somebody for fun. I don't know what else you do with.
All right, go on.
I don't even know where. But basically, in order to try and gain attention from his dad, he goes around the city causing crime, because that's the only way he can, breakfast-based crime, because that's the only way he can think to get the attention from his father. And his one of his greatest superpowers that is not native to getting bacon or breakfast abilities is that basically to him everything is no big deal, or so he says, when really the attention of his father is a big deal. So one of his big weaknesses is to be ignored, especially by his father, but the general public will do as well. And so to this day he continues to wreak havoc, breakfast-based havoc throughout the United States and the world. Does that about sum it up?
I think so. Did we ever talk about how he was defeated the first time?
No.
I feel like all they have to do is bring in his dad.
Yeah, I mean, just get his dad to come in and say he's disappointed in him.
Done and done.
Right?
Got it in one, folks.
Done and done.
Swish.
NBD.
Swish.
Toby. Jordan.
Is BD.
VBD.
VBD.
All right, Jude, do you want to play us out?
Yep. That's my job. All right. So this has been issue number 7 of Headline Heroes, featuring our new supervillain, the Baconstein. We wanted to, of course, take this time to thank
whoa, hold on. I gotta back up.
The Baconstein or just Baconstein?
The Baconstein? I thought it was just Baconstein.
What do you guys think?
I think it's Frankenstein. I mean, granted, it's Frankenstein's monster, but everybody calls him Frankenstein.
I think it's just Baconstein.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I tried to go off on my own jazz, and you guys squashing it like fucking eggs, I guess.
Like in that
Listen,
video.
baby, they said they wanted more disagreement. We brought the heat. If you're not prepared to pick it up, then we'll back off.
Fine. Featuring our new supervillain, Baconstein.
We'll start over.
Nope. We wanted to, of course, take this time to thank Brett Jacobson, who created the art for our show, which is awesome, and I love it. We also wanted to thank Carl Sorensen, who created the music for this podcast. Carl's website is carljsorensen.com. One other thing, we mentioned it before. If you are listening to us on a platform, especially iTunes, that you're able to leave a review, we would greatly appreciate a rating and a review. Just a few people who have left us reviews in the so far. We've got Shabadoo99, Rio James, Michael K 5280. All have left us some great reviews, and I love reading them, so keep it up. If you do have any article you'd like to see us discuss,
it's nice to know that somebody out there is enjoying what we're making and that we're not just talking into the void.
It does make
Absolutely.
me feel good. It's one thing to hear it from your grandma, but it's another thing to hear it from random people on the internet. if you had any article you'd like to see us discuss, which indeed we've gotten a couple of them, but we would love to have more of them. Our email is headlineheroescast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can tweet at us at headline_heroes, or post on our Facebook page, which is just Headline Heroes. So again, we thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.